Alright, and welcome back to Otaku News Live, where we are here talking about the latest anime and manga news from the past couple of weeks. Welcome back. I have with me, via Skype, my excellent co-host, beginning with Brad. How are you doing today, Brad?
Doing good. Glad to be here.
Glad to have you here. Also, we've got Mike. How you doing, Mike?
I'm good.
Good. Glad to have you on here. And also, Zan's on the call, but he's muted, so hopefully he'll come back in a little bit, just trying to get something finished up there. So, we are back with the news, and the news starts with probably one of the biggest pieces of news, is that we now know when the third Evangelion film will be released. This is Evangelion Q Quickening. It will be released in the fall of 2012. So we have a little bit of ways to wait on that one. Bit of a surprise. I mean, it's taking quite a while to get these things out there.
I think it's because they're doing the same thing they did with the show. They're kind of just going with what they got.
Yeah. And they don't
it's probably a right as we go sort of thing.
Yeah, pretty much. And hopefully, I mean, hey, if they want to spend time making it right, that's awesome. Moving on, a brief bit of news, just kind of surprising. Hayate the Combat Butler is going to be getting another new anime series, which is kind of shocking. This was revealed in the 99th volume of the manga, to give you a feel for how long that's been going on. So we're going to have more Hayate out there, which is, again, kind of surprising for a series that certainly hasn't made a big splash over here, but I guess more so back in Japan.
Yeah, the Butler scene has seemed to be going really strong over in Japan. I remember Kurosutsu, also known as Black Butler, got like a musical opera in Japan going on.
Wow.
Saw an ad for it. Yeah, apparently it's a fad.
Yeah, hey, whatever. More new anime, not a bad thing. Also speaking of
Butlers,
yeah. Also speaking of weird projects, Bandai has announced they're going to release a remastered version of Gundam Seed, of all things. They're doing a high-definition remaster project launching. Details, including release date, price, not revealed yet. But this is for the 10th anniversary of Mobile Suit Gundam Seed. And again, it's kind of a bit of a surprise. I'm not complaining, but it's kind of like, I thought that kind of run its course.
Yeah, Gundam Seed, I remember that was the one Gundam anime that I didn't really like, or I just couldn't really get onto. Like, when I was a kid, Gundam Z, I loved. Gundam Wing was a bit odd for me. Gundam Z was just like, I don't care.
Fair enough. Alright, moving
on.
I
was a kid, I was young. And
yeah. Moving on to other new announcements. Black Rock Shooter is getting a TV anime series. This is a bit of a shocker. After the Black Rock Shooter one-episode OVA project, basically, they've announced that Black Rock Shooter will be taking over in the Noikamina block. And that's a block that has been generally reserved for Josei series and other series aimed at adults. So, it's a good thing. It'll be running in the January season. So, hey, new Black Rock Shooter and hopefully a serious take.
Very excited for this one because ever since the OVA came out, I've been wanting to see more of the story and get a better feel for what it's about.
Yeah.
I have to agree with Brad there. Who's doing it, the TV series? The same people who did the OVA, or is it a different company?
Looks like basically the same crew.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, here's hoping. Let's see here. Moving on. More details about the upcoming Rurouni Kenshin series. And this is again kind of a surprise. They're going to be making a 2-part OVA, and it's going to remake the new Kyoto arc, basically the battle with Shishio, which they already did in the TV series, and pretty much all the fans say was a tremendous accomplishment. And nobody's complained about the Shishio arc, except for little things. So it's kind of like, why remake that when everyone was complaining about the later stuff? I don't know.
Maybe show off the nice fidelity, the art style. Maybe the art. I'm trying to find the right word. The new improvements to the graphics with the time.
Yeah.
That's all I can think of, at least.
As I said
However,
earlier,
2 OVA episodes. That's gonna be pretty abridged, isn't it?
Yeah.
as I said earlier, if it's their like best thing. As far as I know, Kenshin hasn't released since like
late 90s.
Yeah, late 90s or early 2000s. So it's not really in the mindset of everyone nowadays.
Yeah.
So maybe they're trying to release with their biggest punch to draw everyone back into the series.
That's very true. And like Dan said, it could be that they're taking kind of their big thing and kind of bridging it and releasing just that chunk. Who knows?
Yeah. Also, it was late 90s in America. In Japan, I'm pretty sure it was much earlier, like early 90s.
I think it was mid. I think it came out in 95.
Mid. It could be mid.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, it certainly had kind of done its thing. But hey, new stuff, not complaining. One thing we will be complaining about, second season of Milky Holmes. Don't know.
Well, you know, honestly, this show is getting a lot of fans in Japan, so I think I'm going to give it a second take. I stopped around episode 5 or 6. And was just annoyed at the characters, but maybe I'm missing something. So I think I'm going to take another look at the series, and I'll report back to see what I find.
Okay, fair enough. It's interesting, though. Now, continuing on with a story we've been following for a very long time, Aya Hirano just will not get out of the news, and she has now reported on Twitter that she is now recording new dialogue for new anime. So, for those wondering when she would be getting back from her sort of hiatus from new work, she has started working on a new anime series. She hasn't, I'm sure she can't say what she's working on yet, but she is back and she will be doing new roles. So hopefully now we can kind of move on as a community.
Yes.
Thank goodness.
Except for her scary stalkers.
Except for her scary stalkers, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure we'll be getting more about that. Let's see here. So if you're wondering how popular anime and manga is in Japan, there's an on-stage event with the voice cast of Negima and Hayate, Combat Butler, and tickets went on sale and sold out in 10 minutes. Yeah. They will have a total of 21 cast members and 21 Negima cast members and 4 Hayate cast members appearing in person at this event. Nothing else new, just voice actors.
Wow. And to compare that to our standards, that is the equivalent to a Taylor Swift concert. That's how fast they sell out.
Yeah. So that's a pretty big thing.
Every country has its priorities.
Exactly. Their priority is anime, apparently. Which again, not complaining. So moving on to actually some manga news, which again just sort of struck out as odd. There's going to be a new Gundam manga. That's not the news. The news is going to be by Tsutomu Nihei. This is the artist who did Biomega and Blam, or spelled Blam, but it's Blam. He does this really dark, sketchy style, very post-apocalyptic, lots of guns and zombies and things like that. So the fact that they're grabbing him to do a Gundam manga is definitely a surprise.
Maybe they're gonna try and do more of a extreme serious tone with the mecha idea of Gundam.
That's true. And as we mentioned, Gundam Age definitely has more of a kid's feel. So maybe they decide to do a new project that's aimed more at the adult fans. But I'm sort of wondering, I have to give them credit for doing something that is more gritty, but I'm not sure if that's going to work with Gundam, but who knows. And of course the other thing too is it's going to be a big Gundam manga. He's going to have assistants, he's going to have plenty of help to do it, so it's not like it's going to be just, here, go draw something.
Yeah.
And scrolling through, that was actually all that I had put down there. Was there anything else I missed? I feel like there was something else that we had mentioned that I had not put on the list.
That's all of it that I remember.
Yeah, you mentioned one thing, but honestly I thought it wasn't really that important. It was Pokemon authors are going on hiatus, but really they always go on hiatus for various reasons.
And the reason I skipped it is I looked at it again, it's actually the musical duo that did the opening theme song for Bakuman. Yeah. So I was like, yeah. It's a band. They're always going on hiatus.
Yeah.
That wasn't too big of a deal. So that was all. It's been a pretty slow news week this past couple of weeks. It's kind of a surprise.
Mm-hmm.
But,
it was was this Saw film director thing?
Oh yeah. So the director of Saw announced that he wants to do a remake of Ninja Scroll. The thing is, again, it's like anything else. You know, I want to do this. Oh my gosh! You know, and when really it's just a guy saying he wants to do something. But I gotta admit, if anyone's gonna do a remake of Ninja Scroll, he's probably the guy.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, he's gonna make 7 sequels out of it. It'll be brilliant.
Why not? Hey, Ninja Scroll was all about stretching the premise anyway, so why not do more of that? But yeah.
I don't know. I can't quite think of a good. I don't know. I can't quite think of a good anime adaptation that Americans have done yet, with the one exception possibly being Astro Boy.
I would agree there.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm just skeptical with some our Westerners touching anime when they don't get it.
Well,
I can't think of a single good anime adaptation of film in a while, except for Astro Boy. But again, that was CGI.
Yeah. Like I've said, I like the live action Fist of the North Star. You know, cheesy but fun.
There is a live action Fist of the North Star?
Yeah. It was made, you know, quite a while ago. Let me see what else. I don't know. Well, The Matrix, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. Also, there's the one that we reviewed a while ago, the supposed live action of Space Pirate Cobra.
Oh yeah, that's right. They did mention they were doing that. And of course, we've got Bubblegum Crisis coming up, so we'll see, because that's more of an Asian thing. So
yeah,
who knows? But yeah, so that's all the news for this week. Surprisingly, so we managed to keep it pretty short this week. But then there's not much to talk about, unfortunately. So thank you to my hosts. Thanks, Brad, for joining us.
Glad to be here. Hope to see you next week.
Definitely. Thank you, Mike.
It's always a pleasure.
Glad to have you, and thank you, Zane. Glad you could join us.
Thank you, Brent, and sorry I couldn't be here at the beginning because I was watching Ryoku Boo, an anime about girls playing basketball, and no rolling intended.
Yeah, it is definitely its own thing. So, yeah, so thank you all for joining us, and we will see you later on. Actually, quick announcement, I will not be here the next couple of weeks to be out on a trip, but we will be back in a few weeks with the regular shows. So, no worries, and you'll be seeing more videos on there, just no live news for a couple of weeks, FYI. So, no worries, we'll be back soon. Take care.
See you again this year.